Vikings, a name that echoes through the annals of history, summoning images of fierce warriors, skilled sailors, and adventurous explorers. Emerging from the Nordic lands of Scandinavia during the 8th century, the Vikings embarked on voyages of discovery, trade, and conquest that would span continents. Their journeys took them across the treacherous waves of the North Atlantic to the foreign shores of Greenland, North America, and far into the eastern realms of Russia and the Mediterranean. With these extensive travels came encounters with diverse cultures and food sources which greatly influenced their diet. The importance of diet in the life of a Viking cannot be overstated. As warriors, they required strength and endurance to survive the brutal battles they often engaged in. As seafarers, they needed sustenance that could withstand long journeys across the sea. And as settlers in often harsh and unfamiliar landscapes, they needed food that could nourish them through the toughest winters. The Viking diet was primarily composed of what was readily available in their environment. In the Scandinavian homelands, this meant a reliance on meat from domesticated animals, wild game, and fish from the abundant seas. These were often preserved through salting or smoking, ensuring they could be stored for long periods. Grains such as rye, barley, and oats were cultivated and used to make bread and porridge, providing essential carbohydrates. Fruits, vegetables, and berries gathered from the wild or grown in small plots supplemented their diet, offering vital vitamins and minerals. The Vikings' mastery of the sea also meant that they had access to a wide variety of fish, which became a crucial part of their diet. Preservation methods like drying and salting allowed them to carry this valuable food source on their long sea voyages. As we delve into the Viking diet, we will discover how their eating habits not only sustained them, but also contributed to their strength and vitality. In the following segments, we'll explore the staple foods, beverages, and food preparation techniques of the Vikings, and examine how this ancient diet has influenced modern Scandinavian cuisine and can offer insights into nutrition and health today. Vikings thrived on a diverse and hearty diet, a crucial factor in their resilience and robust health. Their culinary landscape was rich with meats, fish, grains, fruits, and vegetables, each playing a unique role in sustaining their vigorous lifestyle. Let's begin with meats. Beef, lamb, pork, and game like deer and elk were essential in providing the protein necessary for the Vikings' strenuous activities. These meats were often preserved through salting or smoking, extending their shelf life and ensuring a supply of nourishment even during the harshest winters. Fish, particularly herring, salmon, and cod, were another crucial food source. Given their extensive seafaring exploits, it's no surprise that they mastered the art of preserving fish. Techniques like drying and salting were commonly employed, transforming these aquatic bounty into long-lasting provisions. Moving on to grains and cereals, rye, barley, and oats were the main staples. These were typically ground into flour and used for baking bread or cooking porridge, providing the Vikings with a steady supply of carbohydrates for energy. Of course, their diet wasn't all meat and grain. Vegetables and fruits such as cabbage, turnips, carrots, apples, and berries were integral too. These were typically consumed fresh during the growing season and preserved for the winter months, supplementing the Viking diet with essential vitamins and minerals. Now you might be thinking, surely a diet this rich and varied was a luxury? Not quite. In fact, this varied diet was a necessity for the Vikings given their physically demanding lifestyle and the challenging climates they lived in. Their food choices were a testament to their adaptability and resourcefulness, making the most of the resources available to them, whether on land or at sea. As we delve deeper into the Viking diet, it becomes clear that their approach to food was about more than just survival. It was a reflection of their understanding of the land and sea, their respect for nature's bounty, and their capacity to adapt and thrive in challenging circumstances. Just as we see today, a balanced diet was key to the Vikings. Now, what about their beverages? No Viking feast was complete without the right beverages, and they had quite a selection. From the frothy beers to the honeyed mead, Vikings were quite the connoisseurs of alcoholic drinks. Beer was a staple, brewed from grains like barley with a low alcohol content by modern standards, yet it was a crucial part of their diet, providing necessary calories during the harsh winters. Then there was mead, a sweet fermented beverage made from honey, water, and sometimes fruits or spices. Mead held a special place in Viking society, often associated with celebration and ceremony. But it wasn't all about the alcohol. Vikings also consumed milk and dairy products. Cow's milk was a common choice, but they also enjoyed the produce from goats and sheep. These dairy products were often turned into butter or cheese, providing a good source of protein and fat in their diet. These beverages not only quenched thirst, but also played a significant role in their social and ceremonial life. The Vikings were not just warriors, they were also skilled cooks and preservers. With limited resources, they mastered the art of food preservation to ensure their survival during long voyages and harsh winters. Smoking and salting were common techniques used to preserve meats and fish. These methods not only extended the shelf life of food, but also added a distinct flavor. Imagine biting into a piece of smoked salmon or elk, the taste rich and robust, a testament to the Vikings' culinary ingenuity. Drying was another preservation strategy. Fish was often hung out to dry in the cold Nordic air, resulting in a hearty, portable food source. Similarly, fruits and vegetables were dried to lock in their nutrients, ready to be rehydrated when needed. Grains were milled into flour for bread or boiled to make porridge, providing essential carbohydrates for energy. These techniques allowed the Vikings to store food for long voyages and harsh winters. The Viking diet was not just about survival, it was a recipe for robust health and strength. Let's explore why. The Viking diet was rich in omega-3 fatty acids thanks to their heavy reliance on fish like herring, salmon, and cod. These fatty acids are known to support heart health, reduce inflammation, and boost brain function. Not to mention the process of smoking or drying fish for preservation would have retained much of this nutritional value. Their diet also included a variety of meats from beef and lamb to game like deer and elk. These sources of protein would have provided the Vikings with the energy they needed for their strenuous activities, whether it was farming, crafting, or raiding. Whole grains like rye, barley, and oats were another staple. These complex carbohydrates would have kept the Vikings feeling full and fueled throughout the day. They also contain dietary fiber, which aids digestion and can help prevent heart disease. Vegetables and fruits, though not as prominent, still played a crucial role in the Viking diet. Cabbage, turnips, carrots, apples, and berries added essential vitamins and minerals to their meals. These antioxidants help protect the body against disease. And let's not forget the beverages. While beer and mead were popular alcoholic drinks, milk and dairy products were consumed regularly. The calcium and vitamin D found in these products would have been great for bone health. Comparing the Viking diet to modern diets, it's clear that we could learn a thing or two from these ancient seafarers. Today's diets often include processed foods, which can lead to health problems like obesity and heart disease. The Viking diet, on the other hand, was natural and balanced, focusing on whole foods and lean proteins. Incorporating elements of the Viking diet into our meals today might not turn us into warriors, but it could certainly improve our overall health. Imagine a diet filled with omega-3 rich fish, hearty whole grains, and a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Sounds pretty good, right? So the Viking diet was not just hearty, it was also healthy. The echoes of the Viking diet resonate even today in modern Scandinavian cuisine. The hearty, robust flavors of the past have been refined but not forgotten, infusing the contemporary Nordic kitchen with a rich historical depth. Smoked salmon, a favorite of the Vikings, is still a staple on Scandinavian tables, served typically with dark rye bread, another Viking legacy. These ancient culinary traditions have also inspired a resurgence of traditional recipes. Imagine a Viking warrior tucking into a hearty bowl of rye porridge sweetened with wild honey and topped with fresh berries. Or consider a simple, nourishing stew, brimming with root vegetables and chunks of salted pork, simmering over an open fire. These meals, once vital fuel for a harsh Nordic lifestyle, have endured through the centuries, testament to their satisfying simplicity and nutritional wisdom. From past to present, the Viking diet continues to inspire. As we journey through the Viking diet, we discover a world of robust flavors, hearty meals, and healthy eating. A diet that was not only a necessity but formed an integral part of their lifestyle. From the rich, nutritious meats and fish preserved to perfection, to the wholesome grains and cereals used in bread and porridge. The array of vegetables and fruits that supplemented their diet, and the beverages that played significant roles in their society. Each element of their diet was a testament to their resilience and adaptability. As we compare their diet to our modern eating habits, we find that the Viking diet's richness in omega-3 rich fish, whole grains, and fresh vegetables might have been the secret to their strength and health. Their culinary practices have left an indelible mark on modern Scandinavian cuisine. In understanding the diet of the Vikings, not only do we gain insight into their lives, but we also glean lessons that can be applied to our diets today. Now that's food for thought.